it through us for the radio listeners. In goal.
Yeah, so I've gone in goal, Alisson. I don't think there's any other goalkeeper. He could have gone with Edison, I suppose, because he's had a very good season. But I think Alisson, big saves, crucial saves. You think of the save against Napoli in the knockout stages that got Liverpool to the knockout stages, and big moments throughout the Champions League. So Alisson, I think Alisson is quite an easy one to go with.
So you're two fullbacks?
Two fullbacks. I've gone with Liverpool's two. I was difficult. I was torn at right back, but I think in the big games in the second half of the season, Trent Alexander-Arnold did great.
I'm putting him in for his corner alone against Barcelona.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Do you know, so what they've done here on the actual official team, you can leave Kev's team up there on the screen, but what they've done here is they've gone with only one fullback to make room for... You've got De Ligt
they've
and Van
Dijk. Four
in.
defenders, haven't they? Yeah. I've gone actual defenders.
Van Dijk and De Ligt.
Van Dijk and De Ligt.
Whereas they've gone with De Ligt, Ramos and Van Dijk. They've gone with three centre-halves.
Yeah.
So your team...
But Andy Robertson has clearly... was clearly better than Marcelo last season across the course of the season. With his assists throughout the Champions League season and the Premier League year, Andy Robertson was the best left back in European football last year.
Okay,
definitely.
What's your midfield three?
Well, midfield, I've had to try and get a few others in the side here for what they did. Getting to Frenkie de Jong sitting in midfield. I've gone with Lionel Messi and Mane as the next two ahead of him, simply because I've gone Messi, because Messi did play a lot of his football a bit deeper last season, even though he did get 54 goals. Sadio Mane, I've gone Messi and him left and right of de Jong in midfield, and I've gone Ronaldo, Mbappe and Tadic up front.
Tadic is the one that's raising eyebrows. I know he was exceptional against Real Madrid that day.
Tadic scored 38 goals last year, I think. I just look at Ajax and why Ajax...
What league though?
Yeah, I know it's a Dutch league, but you look at where Ajax were when they signed him. So Ajax were in qualification, as they were this year, for the Champions League.
Yeah.
So he scored, I think he scored four, maybe five, I think it was, in qualification for the Champions League. Then the big goals he scored. Do you remember his performance against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu?
Oh, I remember that one. That was outstanding.
I mean, he played as a 9. You could switch him and Mbappe however you wanted to put that.
Who was pushing Tadic? Sterling must have been pushing him.
No, he didn't have the season last year in numbers, certainly Champions League and everything that Tadic had.
So who in your head was pushing Tadic? Just seems like a mad choice.
Harry Kane, perhaps, but I thought Tadic, because I think he made a real difference to Ajax.
Mo Salah,
perhaps, but didn't have the numbers of Tadic again. And I know what you're saying, maybe a tougher league, and I understand that. But I'm talking about Hazard, yes, would have been another one. But I'm talking about in the terms of the big games, Tadic was brilliant.
Why didn't he work out at Southampton?
Well, he did work out at Southampton. He left, didn't he? He didn't want to stay at Southampton. They offered him a new deal.
Did he set the world alight though? He would have been in your world team of the year, I don't think, at Southampton.
No, but he did. He certainly stood up and to be counted last year. I thought he was excellent last year across the Champions League. And I know Mo Salah scored in the Champions League final and he did great in that. But I thought Mane was Liverpool's best attacking player towards the back end of the season. You could maybe make the argument for Firmino as well, but certainly not in Mbappe's level with goals for both club and country. And that's why I've gone with that, and certainly Ronaldo in there. But my player of the year, I've gone Messi, Van Dijk, de Jong. Manager of the year, I've gone Ten Hag, Guardiola and Klopp. And the reason why I've gone Ten Hag as well is where he brought Ajax from the year before to get them to that Champions League semi-final, probably deserved to get to a final as well.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I've gone Ten Hag. I'm talking budget and everything in compared to everything, compared to Guardiola and Klopp as well.
Good thing to take into account, yeah. John says no argument with the awards, but you underestimate Ronaldo at Juve. It's probably a fair point, John. Tougher league defensively.
Yeah,
also,
definitely.
He scored all of Juve's goals in knockout Champions League matches, plus a massive hat-trick against Atletico. That is a fair point.
Yeah.
31 and 47 in that context, John. You're absolutely right. I'm not dismissing Ronaldo either. He's very good as well.
I think Messi, I think we all accept if Messi went to Serie A, I think it would be different. He certainly wouldn't be getting the goals that he's scoring in the... In the league, and I think that would be the case because teams do play more open football. I was chatting to Gareth Bale about that a few years ago now, when Gareth Bale was at the top of his game, I suppose, and he was just saying so many players in Spain go to ground very quickly. They just go to ground, and he said, you know full well if you get, certainly with his pace, and he never actually said it like that to me, but I was thinking in mind with his pace, he gets the ball beyond the defender. If the defender goes to ground, he's away. They're not going to be able to live with him, and that was the thing that he said to me was most noticeable between the Premier League and La Liga.